Bet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
Hello and welcome back to the Chongqing Invitational. My name is Risk. Alongside me is Dust, and we are almost ready to go with the last game of today, the winners game in Group B, where Ago take on Spirit.
Indeed. This is for a direct slot into the semifinals, of course. Loser will still be in the tournament, but they have to play an extra day. Have to go through some best-of-3s to make their way into the semifinals instead. And both these teams, of course, started out today pretty well. Both their games went well in their favor, right? I mean, we had an AGO, taking quick work of Boot Dreamscape. We had Team Spirit making quick work of Flash. And so now they will go head-to-head. These teams have played against each other online pretty recently. They traded series against each other in a different online tournament. So maybe we could have a decent, even matchup here.
Yeah, it was 16-8 and 16-12 for Ago these last two times. So Cobblestone being a map where Ago usually have the upper hand in this matchup. Let's see if they do in this one as well. Spirit starting off nicely. Sotfig with a few good frags, and now Twao all alone in the 1v3. Sotfig with a C set by coming up huge for his team. Trying to win that duel. Twao still struggling a bit. Low HP on two of the players, but he's going to get flanked any second now. He's kind of aware of if he hits one of these shots, he can rotate back and take that angle, but that's not going to be the case. Staff Cost coming in with the USP frag, and pistol round will go to Team Spirit here on the CT side. Yeah,
we already cast Spirit a little bit earlier, and we talked about how they've been kind of creeping up in the CIS region. AGO's been creeping up in general. I mean, they were able to make it into EPL. Of course, they're struggling in EPL right now. That's against, like, elite teams. And, and when they play in qualifiers for big events, they only really get knocked out by, like, mainstay names that are, like, in kind of the top 20, top 15 of the world. But against, like, Tier 2, Tier 3 opposition, they typically do really, really well. And so they're pretty favored, I think, in this match. And then with it being Cobblestone, again, that they've beaten Spirit head-to-head on twice online recently, also certainly bodes well for AGO, just to kind of give a quick note there.
Yeah, they're really playing well. We saw them as well as we did see MVP and WSG played really well in that matchup, or in that tournament as well. Just in general, just delivering very consistent level of Counter-Strike.
Also, I'm going to have to ask, how do you pronounce this guy's name? The one above Ferlin? Tao?
Twao. I call him Twao.
Because I have no idea.
Yeah, I've no idea how the correct pronunciation is. I'm probably butchering the Polish pronunciation, but Twao it is for now. If you have any complaints, tweet at us.
Make sure you follow first, though.
Yeah,
because I gotta selfishly, promote myself. if you're gonna yell at me, the least you could do is hit me up with a follow. So.
All right, we're gonna be waiting for that, as this is actually a big chance for Ago to drop straight back into this game. It's the 3v2. Plenty of utility left. Actually has to waste that smoke in order to deny the Molotov. That's going to be the plan. That's going to be Sotfig. 1v3. Has flashes and a Molotov to work with, but he needs to find an opening on Twao first. He's going to get that. Trades up the weaponry. Pulls out the MP9. Molo behind the car. Grubby and PHR both there, but PHR with a FAMAS triple kill from him. And Ago bounced back.
I almost feel like Dima should have just backed off. I mean, he had a flank coming in through long. He could have extinguished the flame and just sat back when he tried to go for a play. I think they gave too many like 1vx duels to AGO there. So AGO do decide to tie it right back up, 1-1. We're also going to see Team Spirit force buy back up. We've had a lot of the games start this way, and that's just kind of how it is now with how strong pistols are, is that you often see these 1-1 or 2-1, you know, beginnings to halves, which basically just means that people are just going to keep force buying until they can't anymore. And so until someone can win 2 rounds in a row, we're going to keep seeing rounds like this come up. Spirit going to be on the force end of this time, and Davkos trying to get something going with that Deagle, but like you said, good flash, chases him off. Low HP, escapes to mid-room.
Will actually be allowed to rotate all the way back. Davkos with 6 HP, so has 1 Deagle bullet in him, and that's going to be all G-Road. Unless he hits an instant 1 dink. Still have some utility here. Smokes on AGO. They can definitely roll up on that A-bomb side if they decide to go for a full smoke execute. Aggression coming in from Coldie there, immediately taken out, refragged, but did get some information about several players onto that position, but now they're just going to run in. Snatchy knows that the jig is up, smoking in towards the door. 2 players coming in, 1 car and 1 with the ability to go towards heaven. They're just getting shot down 1 by 1. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy as AGO go up 2-1, saving 3 AKs and 1 FAMAS as well.
And then Spirit has to take a save here. So this is where AGO finally started to get a little bit of control of the economy in this map. It's certainly one of their best maps, by the way. I think like maybe Cash or Train are certainly up there as well offline, but their Cobblestone definitely is up to snuff. Very comfortable playing this map. I mean, again, no one's really reinventing the wheel on Cobblestone, so they play pretty standard, but definitely can be very explosive, very fast-paced. And again, they're very, you know, comfy over here on the old Cobblestone. As it's going to be a B stack for Spirit with all USPs except for Dima, who has the P2K instead, or is that a P250? I always get those mixed up on the UI. I think it's a P250 though.
I think it's a P2K. We can.
It's a P250. I'm pretty sure.
Dustin is now inside the screen.
I'm IRL zooming into this monitor, like my eyes are on the screen.
Snatchy with the Mag 10, gonna have 1 for 1. Get immediately flashbang, and now the full rotation comes in. They're gonna go all waltz into A, get that for free. As the CTs now try and make their way in, see what they can find out of this eke around here. Maybe a few more frags.
I need someone to get on Dima so I can see if he has a P250 or not. This is bothering me now. We need to get on to Dima. I want to see. What does he have? Oh, it's P2K. I just heard it. Ha! I was wrong.
Once more.
That's what really mattered this round.
Once more, Dustin, I win.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, I love to see it. Everyone else hates to see it. PHR spraying down here, and that's what we like to see. Quick and easy, painless, like a Band-Aid.
Except those aren't.
No, that's the irony.
Yeah. I feel you. So we have Snatchy onto the AWP now.
Yeah.
Normal roll for him.
Davkos on the other side. That's going to be the duel. And as we do see, like, missing a lot of utility on that CT side.
Absolutely. No kit as well.
No kit, no Molotovs, 3 smokes only.
See, that's why force buying third round, if it's 1-1, can come back to haunt you as a CT team.
Yes.
Because, especially on this map where utility is oh so important on, like, stuffing quick B rushes. So it can definitely, like, kind of put you into this trap.
I love this kind of like grenade bug that is on the go-to relay, where every single piece of utility just dips down and then goes back up again when they throw it. You see it on the line there, like on Molotovs and stuff when it's thrown directly out. It just looks so weird. But it's just on GoTV.
Yeah, so again, a pretty standard opening here from AGO. Pretty much everyone playing kind of the spot you expect them to play.
Saving some utility here for the final push. 1 minute to go, but they've already spent a lot. They're down to 2 smokes and 3 Molotovs and a couple flashbangs, and that's it.
Yep.
And there's still 1 smoke remaining on Softic.
I think Spirit's going for a... I think they were going to go for a boost on this tree.
Oh,
but
well, pause. Yeah, it's fine.
Just going to replay the round.
Yeah,
no
Crash
kills,
was coming in, no kills.
Yeah, so that's
this
is the best time to have a crash happen, when no one's killed each other yet, so you get to just replay the round. So it is 3-1 for AGO still, and that round will get replayed from the start. So we're just going to take a little pause while we try to wait for this remaining player of Team Spirit to get back into the server.
And I'm curious if AGO are going to play the same style, because they kind of... They knew that something was up, because nothing was happening. No one reacted to the initial usage of of utility. And the question is, are they going to do the same thing now? Are they going to throw the exact same strat, the exact same Molotovs, the exact same smokes to begin with? Or they're just going to go for something quick now when we come back? That's one of those small mind games that you can throw in.
Yep, we'll see as quickly reset.
I love eBot.
Good old eBot.
Do you remember the early days of CSGO before eBot?
I mean, some people had Matchmetics in their clients, but yeah, before that you had to like literally manually do math and like redo kills, and it was a nightmare. Nightmare.
That was back in the day.
Yeah.
Now we don't have those worries anymore.
So right back into the mix again. This is our last match of the day, but of course this is going to be running until Sunday, so plenty of CS left in this Invitational.
Oh, Made goes onto Dima. Catches about 15 HP of this. And still the same kind of setup there, just passively towards long, just making sure that no one's pushing that. Keeping them guessing.
I think
really.
this round they've had a little bit more focus on drop, though. Like, they had 2 people out towards mid last time, so this round they have a little bit more of a focus on maybe trying to get drop round in control, which I think is super important on this map, for Terrace especially. It's so hard for CZ to defend drop. If you're not taking it as Terrace, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice, which is actually what we saw lacking in the Spirit Flash game.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that holds up here. It looks like here comes the execute.
It's going to be that split B. Dropping long. Dima waiting on the edge of the smoke. Furlan and the boys doing damage to Sotbig on that bomb side. USP will be pulled out and they take the double opening. Grubby and Snatchy also coming in. Frag Siege and Dafcost, last man standing. Run away, my friend. Save that all. Live to fight another day, because there's no reason to challenge in a 1v5.
That was pretty clean.
That was very clean by Ego, and that's...
Barely even lost health on
that. They're going to get... just so lucky Dafcost survives that. But this is a very hard start for Spirit, because they win the pistol, then they get immediately reset. They lose the AWP here. It's going to be 4-1. 10k on some of the Ego players. And
Spirit's got nothing.
Yeah, this is so hard, because I was already, before this game started, I was kind of saying this should be Egos. They're probably even going to take it with like a 16-8 scoreline. And it's shaping up that way right now. Of course, still, I would love to see Spirit come back and surprise me. There's actually nothing that's more fun than being wrong as a commentator, because you kind of feel like something's going to happen and then the whole thing changes. That's such a nice feeling. But I don't think I'm going to be wrong in this one.
Yeah, technical pause here from Spirit, try to figure out how they want to start approaching their CT side. As of course, in this round, they can't really afford much, so it's more about what can we buy here that won't, handicap us and stop us from getting a full buy in the next round. So give us our chance to be a threat in this one, but, again, don't hamstring ourselves in the process. And it's also about maybe just kind of cooling everyone down, right? Like, you've had a rough start to the game. People might be getting hot heads. Maybe it's just time to take a breather. This round, of course, don't even buy any armor on anyone. It's just shaving down to like the mid 2K range. So some upgraded pistols are out there, but that's about it. So it should be a breeze for AGO. All things considered, they're going to go for the fast B play. There's no utility to stop them.
Full-on push. Twao coming in with the AK-47, taking down Dima, one chicken cube as well, as Coldie stands at rock. Well, he's not rock steady, because he's going to be taking out Twao, even getting that one as well. Triple for him, 28 HP to spare. Gonna just play back and hold passive angles, while Dafcost and some Young hope for someone to cross their paths and give them a free weapon, but I don't think that's going to be the case. If Ego are smart, they're just going to go back the same way they came in and survive with 5 players.
So AGO up 5-1. Spirit will be back onto the buy next round, though, and then we'll see what they can come up with, as AGO's definitely just... I mean, they're playing a standard T-side cobblestone and implementing it really well. Again, I had a good read on that round to know, okay, they have no utility, it's just quick rush B. There's nothing to stop us from doing that. And then get another clean round. I mean, some of these rounds they've won, they haven't even lost a player. So that's really helping them build up their own economy. It's going to be a while before Spirit would get like an easy round, so to speak. Like, they'd have to win 3 in a row or something before they'd ever force AGO to take a save. So definitely boding really well for the Polish squad right now. I guess you could say like I don't know. Maybe they're like the best Polish team right now. Because, obviously VP's struggling, and then like what is it? Starts with a P. Is it Pride?
Pride and Kingwin are also 2 teams.
Well, Pride just like lost 2 of their players to Kingwin.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And then Kingwin had Mihu on loan to Virtus Pro. So it's weird what's going on. So you might say AGO's the best Polish team right now. So I don't know.
At least the most stable Polish team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Say that
Definitely
with
say that.
certainty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so hard for Snatchy as well, because he's kind of looking at 2 fights at the same time, and when that Molotov comes in, he's just distracted. Play from Dafcost as well. Looking like a nice round from Spirit so far. Definitely there should be no way that they're losing a 5v3. But anything can happen in a game of CS. Grubby overdrop. Now rotating back is Furlan. And probably setting up for something else.
Yeah, that's always tough when you just lose 2 players off the bat like that. Yeah. So good.
CTs are not pushing on Ace and I'm not getting all that map control, not getting all that info.
Right.
Even though the terrorists have been very static in the last 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah, but when you're up 5-on-3, you
there's
feel
no
comfortable
reason
doing this. So
because they can still be 3v3 on the bomb site defending, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Flashes are coming in though, so it looks like we are going to be able to see AGO make their way in. They did get a player and drop as well as PHR. He does get a kill, but Sophic is very quick to respond.
They know exactly where Sophic is right now, but they can't really do anything about it. He's just behind this pillar right now. Great flash, and another op shot coming in from him, ringing true as Samdai Young takes a final one, and that's going to be 2 rounds on the board, 2 rounds on the table for Team Spirit. But luckily for AGO, the bank is not broken just yet. Snatchy buying down, but he's going to be able to get a drop in the next couple of rounds. 8k on PHR, 8k on Furlan, so no worries.
And they could reset Spirit here, and then Spirit would be in a lot of trouble. So definitely, Spirit winning a round, that's great, but you're not out of the woods yet. You had to do a decent bit of rebuying. 2 players were lost on that round. Had to get your utility back, so definitely could get put in a awkward spot if AGO are able to come right back at them. But definitely a great hold from Sotfik in particular there over on B. Did wonderful work. But now that drop-down room control is coming in really aggressively from AGO. They're already solidified in this drop room. This is going to get scary now for Spirit.
3 HP on Grubby. Probably going to boost his teammate back up again and just play the drop roll.
If they go for a late A hit here, that'd be real nice.
I think that's the plan right now, to just say to Grubby, here, hold, drop,
that's
we're going to smoke off.
When you get dropped, people have to start playing in connector, and that's either going to lighten your A defense or it's going to put you in like a rough spot to control B platform. So that's why controlling drop's so important. Like you either make plat more vulnerable or you make A bomb site more vulnerable.
And that's a frag onto Grubby. They probably wouldn't have liked him to die this early. That means that the push has to happen in the next 20 seconds, 10 seconds on that A ramp. Still there to make noises, 12, just to make sure that they're not pushing it, getting information. If they do, he's going to punish it. They're searching for Dafcost. AWP in his hands. Smokes it off. Rotates back.
Yeah, soon Team Spirit's going to reset into like a more default CT pattern. That's where AGO is going to like lose their window to have like a huge edge on a vulnerable bomb site, especially since they're playing a man down. But they're definitely looking to go A. And Davkos does the smart play. Just like since he's holding A kind of alone right now, he's going to a safe spot. But now he's getting to rotate back.
That's
and caught
nice
though.
Shot. PHR doubles up Samdai Young, and he certainly will.
That was nasty.
That's nice from him. Doubles up as he goes for a safe angle. Furlan holding towards the door. 4v3 post-plant, and CT's just deciding not to go for this one. It's going to be the 6th round coming in on the board for AGO, and as we talked about, this was the reset potential, and that's why they're saving right now, because they can still get a decent buy into this next round. Wow.
You got it. You know, you got there eventually.
If they drop a few weapons over. On the other side, AGO keep building that bank. 4 players alive. The AWP survives. All good and dandy.
Yeah, really well done by AGO there. PHR hit some nasty shots.
Boy.
I mean, he just got Davkos down for free at the back of the A site. That's an angle where Davkos would normally get a kill for free easy. Like, getting that first frag should be nothing to him, but PHR just gives him the juicy one-tap. And then the flick on the Samdai Young as well.
Yeah, that was really nice. It's actually also so funny because he was trying to pre-fire that angle. Oh, he just sees
he
him.
was, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense then.
That one, though, that one was pretty solid.
Dope.
And again, I thought AGO was in a lot of trouble that round because they kind of got held up on like finding their window with that drop-down room control to like take a vulnerable A site. And Deem actually even went in there and got a kill into drop. So I was like, uh-oh, AGO, you're kind of losing your timing here. But PHR hits those shots, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they had a chance to play basically 3v1, and they lost that, had to play 3v2. But then that doesn't really matter if one of your players just finds the 2 kills on the bomb side.
That's almost a replay I almost wish I didn't see, because now that first kill onto Tafkos doesn't look as impressive. Tafkos was kind of just, his hips were a little bit too big.
Hips don't lie, Dustin.
They
You know
don't.
that. Aggressive smoke comes in. That leaves
like
Grubby
this.
in the corner.
Demon knows he's there, but doesn't want to go for it.
The secondary smoke comes out for the T side, which allows Grubby to rotate back in. Damage has been done, although onto Furlan, 51 HP on him, 70 on Grubby. But still, one smoke, one Molotov with 1 minute remaining on that CT side. That's going to really come to bite them in the back.
They're holding out double drop, though, so this could get really interesting.
Now just one Molotov.
Yeah, so AGO still has a decent amount of clock left as well. So they've burnt off pretty much all of Spirit's main utility for holding a push.
And Snatch is just trying to be a nuisance on this opposite bomb side. He's just pushing in, because usually when you spot an AWP towards as a CT towards the bomb side, you just say, okay, the AWP is here, and then the full rotate comes. Davcost wins that duel. Luckily, they're still on this B bomb side, but Tuao wants it differently. He wants to remove them from that. Like there were pieces of bacteria, and he will. 2 kills coming in. Yes. Mr. Clean cleans up. Tuao in that 2v2.
Good positioning here from Grubby.
Yeah,
so it's going to be really hard to break through. Especially, they have that one flash they might be able to use to pop their way in. But
oh, that's a nice shot. Grubby has to stand tall, and he will against the first one at least. Weapons being picked up. Nope, still with the AWP.
Yeah, this is done.
That's going to be the UMP. This, unless he pop flashes his way in and Grubby for some reason misses these shots, and he's not going to do that. He's not even going to flash in. Grubby with the 3K.
And that is Spirit's money gone,
Yeah,
basically. So
this is going to be C-sets. Maybe even Desert Eagle coming in, but nothing more than that.
Yep, so as you can see from there, from Loot Bet, certainly AGO was the favorite. And they are definitely cashing in on that right now.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. This is almost the same odds as we saw in the game between MVP and their opposition. I feel like AGO way bigger favorite than in the other game.
Yep, so this should be a round that has not much to talk about. Should be AGO just kind of waltzing through this one. Snatchy even going to try to farm some extra cash for his team. Not that they really need it at this point, but Yamana as well. Puts the MAC-10 to use for a couple of frags.
Taking a page out of Vega Squadron's book, just going ham with that MAC-10. Always nice to see.
Yeah, so this is getting dangerous for Spirit. Like, they can't afford to lose too many more rounds in this half. I mean, I know this map has always kind of been, you know, fairly T-sided throughout its history, particularly after, like, the revamps to, like, be platform and such, which was quite some time ago now. But we did see CT start figuring it out, particularly, like, double op setups being really good. A lot of teams were successfully using double op to kind of... Because, I mean, if you have an op on B and you're playing, like, Chicken Coop or Statue, you typically are going to get that first guy who, like, kind of crosses onto the platform, unless they have, like, a really good pop flash against you. So that's definitely made, you know, good use. And there's definitely a lot of long-range fights you can take with ops in general as a CT team. So we've seen the people kind of using that. But and in general, I think CTs have... It's still really hard to manage drop-down room, I guess. That's why the map can still lend itself to being terror-side, especially if Ts take advantage of drop. But I would say it's more balanced than it used to be, but still favors Ts a bit. And but what I'm getting at is that you can't allow this many rounds. Like, you can't allow this big of a gap from the CT side of Cobblestone.
Also, the money is so good right now for our boys of AGO. I think I saw at least 3 to 4 of the players sitting at 11K. So it's going to take a couple of rounds to break that bank.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now, of course, technical pause as we saw one of the players drop from the server.
That is a serious heat pad.
Yeah, that
thing is massive.
That's a big one.
That is...
He's showing it to his teammate. Look at that.
Look at this, man.
It's so big.
Very big. He likes to have big things in his hands.
Big and warm.
Yeah, big and warm things in his hands. Absolutely.
It's actually looking quite weird because usually those heat pads, they look kind of different. It looked like it was kind of like a gel or something inside it.
That is a vertical keyboard.
Oh, if I ever saw one. Vertical. If I ever saw one.
That's straight up.
See, that guy, he needs a 10 keyless keyboard, not like the one with the numpad and everything. If you play vertical keyboard, just get a 10 keyless. Come on.
Come on, dog. And then you have to type sideways. Like, I don't... It's...
I like that half vertical setup. with a 10 less keep on. I'm down with that.
I'm down with like a 40, like a little turn.
I can fox with that.
I feel you.
Double up setup. CT side still missing utility, missing armor.
I feel like this is like your
sub-fix.
last thing. Like this is the last thing you could adjust to try to make this CT side start working. It's just double op, and it's a big investment, especially on a team that's had a struggling economy. So
no kits.
Yeah.
No armor on the 2 ops. Glass cannon.
That it's definitely the dice roll. It's like it's like you hope this is the ace up your sleeve, but the ace doesn't do you any good if the river card doesn't pair you up.
Coming in with the poker references.
Yeah, you just get a bunch of low cards on like the turn, and you're just like, well, this ace doesn't do me much good, does it?
No.
It doesn't. Like you just turn like 3-2-2 and you have an ace. You're just like, great. Like sound.
I hope the poker heads are listening. All the other guys, you won't know.
Because you felt good, like you bet really hard early because you had an ace. People tried to raise you, and you're like, ha ha, and then you flop that, and you're just like, well.
When are the poker?
They're done now.
Okay, thank you. We're gonna do blackjack next round.
I don't really play much of that.
Yeah, that's my game.
AGO's definitely playing towards this A bomb site, that's for sure. They do have control of danger. They have long A halls pushed out. That means Spirit is working with very little information. They can't really rotate or cheat towards one side yet.
Oh, nice shot from Daft Coast. Always on point with that orb as he rotates back. Backup coming in. PHR will go down, and Demons seem to drop once again. Hopefully that's not going to be the deciding part of this round. That would be so sad because it happened after the first duel. So that means that there's no way we can replay the round. Result is going to stand 2v2. It's going to be Grubby coming in with 1, but there's almost no time. But Snatchy gets the shot, and that's going to be 9-2. We're going to wait a bit to get Dima back on the server, but the money situation for Spirit is not looking good. No. They have to be a bit tilted by now because that's 3 players dropped in, what, like 4 rounds?
Yeah, something seems to be going on over there, but AGO definitely still earned that round win. Had some great entries onto the bounds. Davkos was certainly doing his damnedest to try to make that round have a different result, but it wasn't enough as AGO's lead keeps growing. And they're starting to get out of reach. Like, it's starting to get to this point where Spirit are running out of winning conditions.
Not much you can do when everything goes against you. Spirit guys here. Looks like there's almost no Spirit left in them. Hopefully they can bring back some of that in the second half. Right now you can see the, I think that's one of the StarLadder people to the left, and then one of the local tournament organizers in the middle, trying to figure out how to fix the problem, because now, as it's happened 2 or 3 times, like a fix that is
it's time to get a new computer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, might be a new PC, might be something else, new cable, whatever.
Just most people do like hot swap SSDs now, so getting a new PC isn't usually even much of an issue.
No, it shouldn't be.
Just got to plug it in real quick. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We haven't got an update yet.
Plug and play, boy. But yeah, I think that's one of the things that is really good about like tournament setups now, is that back in the day, if you had to switch a PC, that is such a long process because the player would have to reset all his settings and all that stuff.
Hot swap SSDs have definitely been a godsend for esports, I feel like.
That is true.
Yeah. Also, just through trial and error of years, you figure out like what works on how to resolve things faster. Yeah.
Nice to see that they're still smiling in the Spirit camp. They're not letting this affect them too much. Yeah,
again, I mean, and that's the thing. Like the pressure isn't even on you as hard in a game like this because you miss out on your chance to get a direct berth to the semis, being that first seed, but you're still one best of 3 away because you go straight to the decider best of 3. You don't have to play the elimination best of 3. And so you still have a good chance to make semifinals. You just got to win that one best of 3 that you prepare for against whoever it might be.
And that's probably the game that they are preparing for, because beating AGO is a very, very tough matchup. They have other teams in their group that are way easier to beat.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who they would wind up playing probably for the last one, because I think like Flash, I just don't see them making it.
No.
So I think it would probably be Spirit playing against. Who's the other team in that group?
Yeah, you're kind of painting yourself up in that corner.
Yeah. I was hoping I'd figure it out on my way there, but then I dropped it, so I can't remember who it is that's on that side.
Boot Dreamscape.
Yeah, they would definitely. Yeah, Boot Dreamscape and Flash. I think Flash will beat will probably beat Boot, but yeah, I think like Spirit would certainly be favored over either one of those teams in the Insider Best of 3. So.
But the problem is then they would be up against our good boys from MVP in the semifinal, who have been playing out of their minds so far.
So what I think is going to be juicy is like if Tyloo take care of business and play Vega in that Decider Best of 3, that's going to be a juicy one.
Oh, that's going to be a sick game.
I think that's going to be the better of the Decider matches. I think whoever Spirit plays in their Decider match, they should be like a heavy favorite.
Yeah. I agree.
Especially because both those teams aren't even teams right now, basically. Boot and Flash. Like, they're both going through roster changes.
Yes. That is true.
That was actually crazy. Like, Monster's like, I'm not playing anymore after WSG. It's like, I'll come on back for this tournament, though, because they haven't found a replacement yet.
Yeah. I think, to be honest, even though it's kind of a shitty move to leave a team even when you sign a contract like that, it's still nice of him that he's saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to not help them out because he's still on a contract. So obviously he's still getting paid. But I'm actually not going to be a dick about it, and I'm going to finish these 2 tournaments with the team before they can field a replacement for me.
Right.
He could have been a dick about it, but he decided not to. And so that's a great character trait, not being a dick.
Yeah, pretty solid.
It's one of my favorite ones. Still waiting, of course, for the match to be resumed. If you're just joining us, hello and welcome, because it's becoming like afternoon in Europe, so we're kind of getting to the day where they get home from work. It's kind of like, oh, put some CS on. So if you're just joining us, hello and welcome. This is the Chongqing Invitational by StarLadder and ImbaTV. My name is Risk, and the other voice you're hearing right now is Dust. We're covering the game between Spirit and AGO. Winners game in Group B. The winner will go straight on to the other semifinal, the first semifinalist we found to be MVP from Korea. South Korea, by the way.
I think that was...
Yeah, implied, right?
I think no one was going to get confused on that one, I don't think. So,
hey, man.
I guess you never know, but yeah, I think most would know that was South Korea for sure.
I just want to be precise.
No, fair enough. I agree. There you go. There you go.
So, yeah, as you can see,
just relaxing.
We are just as the players, waiting for this issue to be resolved. And, yeah, that's all that's going on right now.
Indeed.
AGO, big favorites, also in the lead in the game right now. Everything has pretty much played out as we predicted.
Yeah, I think maybe some people were surprised MVPK beat Vega Squadron.
Yeah.
I necessarily wasn't, because it felt like Vega's been kind of off a little bit since the tail end of the major, and MVPK's been kind of on the come up in the Asian scene. So I kind of saw that game going either way. I didn't really have like a heavy favorite. I think I would have favored Vega Squadron a little bit, just due to the fact that they have a little bit more experience together, have played at some bigger stuff than MVP.
Individual firepower.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And Mir.
Yeah, I think like Chopper, Mir, JR, I would stack up. I would have thought would stack up against. I mean, I know like Zion's really good, but I feel like some of the other players are a little bit hit or miss on that MVP team.
Glow and Seth and Solo really stepped up in that game.
Yeah, they've been like Solo's always been pretty good. Like he's definitely not the superstar he used to be.
Yeah.
But I mean that it's rare that someone from like those Superstar 1.6 still is one. Just go ask Neo. I mean, it's like a very similar kind of story. But certainly Solo can still like do his job.
Oh yeah.
But I feel that team's like pretty reliant on like Zion and HSK. I think that's like kind of the 2 younger players are kind of the players that they really count on, particularly Zion. But then Zeph is had a huge WSG event. So yeah, like I would have thought the firepower of Vega was a little bit more consistent, a little bit more stacked in their favor. But yeah, they dropped that Inferno game. But we'll see them again in the Decider Best of 3. They'll have a pretty good chance to still make playoffs.
Definitely. Still have to reiterate, like the shirts on AGO. Really like them. I actually like the jackets more than the shirts. I like the jackets more than the polos, actually.
I would hate to wear that as a player. I would want like a nice, chill, deep V jersey, you know what I mean? Just like nice and chill. Don't really notice it. If the collared shirt while I'm trying to play a video game.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about that.
Like, there's a reason why every single sports team uses almost the same kind of fabric. Yeah. That's because it gets kind of weird. But I like the jacket.
Look at him. He's hating that collar. Look at him.
He's saying, oh, that collar.
That collar,
too
bro.
much.
It's too much.
But the jackets are really dope, man. I really like the jackets. I would like one of those. If you're listening, you can send it. Just DM me. There you go.
Slide in.
Slide in those DMs.
Slide in those DMs.
Yeah. But yep, still waiting.
Yep.
As you can probably say.
We're in podcast mode now. we've hit that point where we're in straight up just podcast.
All right,
we're just talking about all right, what's going on?
What books are you reading right now?
What books am I reading right now?
Yeah.
I'm not reading a book right now. Actually.
Okay.
I just got finished reading, I just randomly started, reading some PR books just because, I don't know. I used to, study communications in college.
Oh, yeah.
So I read that. I think the last novel I actually read was Ready Player One, probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I read that book.
I literally bought it. I just got it. I'm reading it on this trip.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. I have a couple other books I'm probably going to pick up soon because I got a Kindle not too long ago, finally.
Those sneakers on that camera, man, they're pretty fire.
They're pretty legit.
His jacket is pretty dope as well. That's probably the...
Watching any good TV lately? Any shows you into?
Not really, actually.
Really? Oh, well, podcast over.
Hey, thank you for listening in.
Thank you for listening to the first episode of the short-lived and failed Dust and Risk podcast. So we are now back into the game.
And it's going to be, well, a risky one, to say the least, for Spirit, because they're already behind 2-9, and they're just going to be in pistols this time around. First part of the B Smoke Execute falls down. We follow it there. Snatchy up onto Daft Cost's face. Oh, pretty much body. It wasn't headshot. And then they're just setting up to take control over long, but Bomb is still holding back. They don't want to show the Bomb, just forcing Deem out. Didn't get the entry there, but second time around he finds it. Sotvic playing close range P250. Bomb is rotating in the same as the rest of the team, but they're still just holding back. They're not pushing in. Now the full rotate comes. It's going to be the A play. Some Die Young ready with the P250, but no one is going to come his way.
Yeah, he's pretty much just tucked into long A, just trying to stay alive and see if he can't backstab at some point. But now they're just going to get into A and plant the bomb, and the backstab's not really going to be able to do a whole lot unless Sotvic can kind of pull their attention and then let him slip in.
Inches away, will be taken out through the wall. Some Die Young, last man standing, taken out. 10 rounds now on the Ago side of things. This is the buy that Team Spirit needs to win.
Yeah, absolutely. This is like Last Chance Corral. Or wait. Last Chance Saloon?
I don't know what that reference is. I imagine it's like a Western...
Yeah. It just goes to show that I shouldn't be even trying to make it if I don't nail it down. If I'm not confident, it probably shouldn't be coming out. I think it's like Last Chance Saloon.
All right, it's not my culture, so I'm not gonna chime in. I don't really watch westerns, so I wouldn't be able to say anything noteworthy at least.
Yeah, okay, Saloon. Last Chance Saloon. Thank you, Wikipedia and Google. Anyway, back into it. Double op again for Spirit.
Oh. Flash both of them.
It's like a stalemate flash, basically. Like no
I'm going to get flashed, and you're going to get flashed as well.
Now, they might think Ferlin dropped back into long B, so Ferlin can definitely catch him off guard, and he does, in fact, do that really well positioned by Ferlin, and he just keeps lining them up and knocking them down. This is brutal for Spirit. It's all off of one little maneuver.
Ferlin, the Polish trickster, takes down 2, and
look at this rotate.
Yeah, this is working out for them. They have isolated that B bomb site. They have cleared it up completely. Team Spirit have to rotate in, and Atoao has the potential to come in with a huge flank. All the bombs going down. They're not even going to go for it.
Spirit are so confused. They have no idea what's going on right now. They're actually coming back to it. Maybe they're just trying to say the double op, actually. But Tao is going to probably shut that down.
Also because there's so much utility on it. Tao. No! Tap! Let's see, Coldy with the op. He hears the op, and that's going to be the USP push.
So I thought he was going to wait. I thought he was going to have like trigger discipline to let that guy kind of walk by. And
I was hoping for that as well. I think he got scared in the end.
Yeah.
But with the money on Ago right now, they can afford the 2 AKs to chase it.
Absolutely.
Just going to put PHR on it.
Yeah, he's going to be the first one to take a crack at it. If he slow peeks, he's probably going to go down. Oh. Indeed he will.
There he is. And still also like utility beat taken out from this as well from Team Spirit. Full setup. Daft cost. Missing 2 flashbangs, so smoke flashbang, and that's going to be it. Ooh, so close. Coldy survive as well. That's Furlan's.
Yeah, it's just all off of Sotvic thinking he went back long B. And
exactly.
Furlan stuck around, and that gives him 2 entries on B, and that basically wins the round for AGO. So again,
a stalemate flash.
Yeah, Counter-Strike's really odd. It's like a game of milliseconds at times, and it's also like a game of just one little maneuver can make such a big difference.
Here we go, the standard setup. B smokes raining in. Let's see if they're going to go for the straight full push. You know, it's a buy here. And it looks like they want to put some pace on it. Here we go. Dima shuts down the first one. Sodfig with another one, and that just kills the entire push.
Yeah.
They looked like they were way too committed compared to their teammates who weren't even in drop yet. No, not even looking at dropping.
Yeah, they got counter-smoked and they couldn't make it in drop, and the long B attack still kind of went through, so they kind of got a little bit disjointed in all of that.
Probably a communication error there, because usually if one of the parts are not moving in, you should call that to the other part and just put a hold on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Coldy.
So, miscommunication could cost them here. PHR's been spotted by Coldy as well.
That one's free. Now 2 players left. They have enough money to go for it anyway, so it's just like see how much economical damage you can really do onto the CT team, because they can easily rebuy for the last round.
Absolutely. So
it's going to be zero damage.
Yep, Spirit do finally get themselves one here, but again, Spirit, they need this 4th round, you feel like. If they don't get it, it's pretty much a done deal. And even with the 4th round, it's still not looking good.
The second that AGO gets the pistol or the first buy, that's going to be
pretty much
the end, pretty much, yeah. But still, there's always a chance at CS. It's a very slim one right now, but a chance nonetheless. Full setup for both teams. 5 kits on the CT side. Even going for some lovely P250s, C-sets on that T side, because they have so much money to spare. 1 player, that's the opening. Snatchy onto Daft Coast off screen. Secondary players down towards mid. Som Young taking a lot of flag right now. Snatchy coming in with this double opening onto this A-bomb side. Rotation is coming in. Meanwhile, they are pushing towards long plateau. Will be taken out by Dima though. Rotate coming in, that's PHR coming in towards that connector. Will lose the battle is Dima. And this is the round. This should be the game.
This is AGO just getting picked all across the map. Like everything went their way. And look at how those rounds went in for Spirit. This all on an island of a sea of terrorist rounds, and it will be that 12-3 half ratio.
They couldn't string 2 rounds together.
The whole entire half, yeah, absolutely.
It's a rough game.
And then think about this. One of the only rounds they won was pistol. So when it came to straight-up gun rounds, they only won, 2 out of 14. So that is not good.
Grubby survived 11 out of 15 rounds. He only died 4 times.
It's pretty legit.
That's a interesting KDR.
I mean, top to bottom, just everyone's out fragging everyone on Spirit as well. So you just have an AGO team that is definitely on point, and Spirit look really flat in this.
All right, pistol.
Could
decide the fate for the Spirit boys, and they're going for 2 flashes, 1 smoke. Pretty standard setup, as we do see when people want to run a quick B execute. That's pretty much my favorite strat matchmaking, or face it. Throwing down the smoke towards highway, flashing it towards drop, taking that control. As long as you don't go towards A right now. And it's done.
Ooh, he's just doing it by himself over here. Some nice headshots. He's just going to keep it rolling. He could ace. Probably not, though. Snatchy's probably going to get this on.
Yeah, they're going to have to give it to him for free. Snatchy snatches it away. Twile with a nice 4K. Didn't even lose a single point of HE. And that's the problem when you do that. The connector play, I see so many teams like trying to throw it out in a pistol round.
Like, you would think in theory you win this because you have Glocks up close against the USP. Like, it's best chance to outduel a USP, but not Tao, man. He's just giving it to him.
But the problem is also, at that point, the CTs have at least 1 player in that connector. If he just trades 1 for 1 or 2 for 1, if he has a secondary teammate, then it gets so hard to get into that A-bomb site.
Yeah, because you're having to worry about getting shot from not only from the A door, but you're also getting shot from the B door. So you're basically in a crossfire.
You're just sandwiched completely.
So, absolutely. So definitely a risky type of attempt.
It only works if you can flash your way out of that window, get the opening kill through connector, and then just rush onto that A-bomb site. Right. Because then you can be on the A-bomb site before the rotation comes in from the B-bomb site through that connector. But it's so rare that it works. And I actually remember back when I was managing a team called Magister with NATO Safix and Sprout. They used to do that pistol strat on T-side cobblestone, and I was always have my head in my hands every single time they did it.
Ooh, Coley gets a free one there. Playing a corner that doesn't get checked by Snatchy.
And then after one tournament, I'll just say, like, you cannot do that pistol round strat anymore. I'm going to disallow it.
Did you put it in their contract?
Yeah. I actually said to them,
along
like,
with the $50 million buyout?
You're not going to do that. If you do that again, we're going to have a serious talk, because I think that's a very bad choice. And they ended up not doing it again.
There you go. Listen to Papa Risk. So we are getting into the thick of this, and that's a big kill from Sotfik. It does give them some hope to get in. PHR, though, still holding in the site with the FAMAS. Going to catch Sotfik not looking. Catches Coley distracted by Balcony. And so this one looks like it might be wrapped up for AGO.
Some Young tries to get a few more frags in before the round closes.
Some Young, including him.
Yeah. He actually looks kind of young in his picture as well.
I don't know. He's like sporting a nice goatee.
Yeah, but that comes in age 14, where he comes from.
Fair enough.
Polish, man. They're just more manly than the rest of the world.
Except he's not Polish.
Oh, that's true. My bad.
It's okay.
Do you know actually where he's from then? Because
No.
I'm not sure if he's Russian or
Is
Ukrainian.
he Ukrainian? I think he's Ukrainian.
He could be. Still, it's the same like rule. I don't know, for some reason the eastern parts of Europe and Russia, they just like men grow up quicker there than in the West. Detective Dust is on the case. He is Ukrainian. And he's 21 years old, so I'm not wrong. But he does have a nice goatee. As we do see, 3 from us still left. This could be the round.
Last chance for Spirit.
Yeah, they have to win this.
Last chance was kind of some rounds ago, but this is like definitely the last chance.
Trying to push out on towards long. Furlan gets shot down. Nice P250 shot coming in from Dima. Twal camping on that bomb side. He gets shot down as well. And now it's PHR and Snatchy. Unless they get a frag right now, they're going to have to lose this round. And that's going to be Snatchy all alone. Tries to go for the 1v3 clutch to get round number 15. But I don't think there's any way that he's going to be able to close it out. And that's nice, but I feel like it's
Step one.
Bit too late.
Long list, yeah. A bit too late. It's step one on a long list. Luckily, AGO has to take a save here, so that gives them probably a free 5th round that they can start get their money going. But again, it's one of those things where like the moment you slip up once and AGO gets the map point.
Why is AGO, why are they buying Deagles here? Just explain this to me.
I'm not sure. They just want to be done, I guess. I don't know. It's one of those things where their money is so low that doing an unarmored Deagle doesn't set you back that much.
I guess
they want Scal and PHR on the other hand.
They want to have the perfect buy, so they're going to have a little bit of investment. This one, full eco net, the next one, and then end up at 5, 4.9, and 5.6k, somewhere.
It's those same Molotovs we were talking about. Where they know that the close angles are the most dangerous ones, so they Molotov everything up close on B flat, and then Dima just steps out, grabs a couple of headshots, and this one's almost in the books already.
Oh, I just can't find that frag right now for a line. And this one should be all but over. Wow, also trying to find that one Deek, but he's just not having any luck right now. There's one. Wasn't a one Deek, but still a frag, and it counts. It's going to be the round, though. Full eco coming in for AGO. Team Spirit with the chance to bring themselves on 6. And as I said earlier, like this is because they want the perfect buy. They want the perfect buy to end this game.
Right.
And they're getting that in the next round.
Yeah, so this is giving Spirit a chance to close the gap just a bit. Should get another free round here. They even got a Mac 10 on Dav cost to try to farm some extra cash. But again, AGO is comfortably out in front, so they're not going to start sweating until like Spirit gets to like maybe 9 or 10 rounds. That's when maybe like the pressure starts to build up a little bit. But until then, they're going to feel pretty comfortable about how things are going. As look at that frag distribution on AGO. Top fragger at 15, bottom fragger at 10. So just a 5-kill spread from top to bottom. Yeah. And then within the 4 players at the top, there's only a 1 frag differential. Yeah. So they are definitely firing on all cylinders on the Polish side.
That's such a nice thing as well, like to have that team dynamic where everyone is pulling their weight frag-wise.
That's the thing. When I was like, when you look at AGO, this is kind of a common thing. Like they don't really have like a standout player that's like for sure their best player. Maybe like Furlan, Grubby, you kind of look at them, Snatchy with AWP, maybe a little bit better. But to be honest, like most events, they all, like this happens a lot where they all are kind of within range of each other. Like no one's like putting up monster numbers, and no one's like a boat anchor.
That's nice. Always good for the team chemistry.
Yeah. Like almost any other team in this tournament, you can like look at their team and be like, yeah, this is their star.
Yeah.
Or like, these are their 2 best players. But with AGO, it's kind of harder.
Yeah. Some teams are like, this is our in-game leader. He's not going to frag.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Death cost. And the boys. This round, I have 1 Mac 10 and then 1 FAMAS on Dima. Just going to get what he can out of it. It's a full eco round, so no one really expected much out of AGO, but here comes the buy. This is where AGO want to end this.
Yeah, this is Spirit's real test.
Yeah.
Luckily, they have plenty of tools to go up against it with. Thanks to Davkos's Mac 10 stuff.
Only one kit, though.
He's keeping the Mac 10 as well. He didn't go for the AWP. When you're playing from this far behind, I don't get holding on to the Mac 10 for an extra round. I don't get it at all.
Because the second that they get on 15, you pretty much lost.
I mean, again, the Mac 10 is really good against people who don't have head armor. There are 3 out of 5 players in AGO who don't have head armor. So from that, yeah, it makes sense. But still, in the economic situation they're in, I don't get it. But here comes the fast B play.
Full flash on Twile. That's perfect from Dima. Opens up double for him. Furlan strikes back. Grubby with the open hand. Locks down one. Secondary one on his left. Gets another one. Close range. He's not going to hit it, though. But Davkos with the Mac 10. Is it going to be his demise? It is. And it will be triple for Furlan. Double for Grubby. You mentioned both of those names. And they step up here. 15 for AGO.
Yeah, I think they should have just got an op to Davkos right away. Especially when you can't afford to lose a round. So, again, I think that was a mistake to keep the Mac 10. I guess it makes sense because they were going for a fast B play, and if you get the Mac 10 in someone's face, it certainly plays the tactic they were going for. But, yeah, it just didn't really work out, did it? And so now they have to get 9 in a row just to force overtime, just to have a chance at this map. AGO are almost there, almost to the semifinals alongside MVP PK.
Grubby with a cheeky little smoke shot just to test the waters, but gets nothing out of it. Terrace rotate back for a bit. In the meanwhile, mid control has been taken by the T side. No one's toward long. I think that's going to be Snatchy holding with the AWP. And he's going to be rotating back now. Furlan holding close range towards that mid as Grubby and his trusty teammate here.
So there's a AAA setup right now, and they're actually maybe looking to pop flash into mid, and they're going to catch Davkos in the back. Great job by Furlan. Gets a second kill as well to Sotfik. This is devastating for Spirit.
This round is going to be over the second he looks out and spots Coley.
Spirit's crushed 2 different ways, however you want to look at it.
Trying to bring it back now. Grubby can't cement it right now. He does land that shot, instantly traded out, but I don't really think it matters at this point. Rather than just want to trade AGO, want to play safe duel. Sundai Young trying to make the miracle happen. MP9 not strong enough. Twile goes down. 2 members remaining. They're both on this B-bomb side. Rotation is coming in. 2 kits, 2 flashbangs on that CT side. Sundai Young pushes in too aggressively, and that's going to be the round, surely. And surely also the game, unless Coley can find a miracle. And he's going to find 1. Needs 2 more.
He's running low on time, and he's also really low on HP. This is going to be tough to pull through, and PHR will finish it up. And there you have it, AGO. They will be the first seed out of this group. They will be moving on to the semifinals alongside MVP PK, who of course won a little bit earlier.
Yeah, in Group A, and this is Group B. That also sets us up for a potential AGO versus MVP final, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I definitely could see that happening now. We'll have to see how this tournament progresses, but certainly AGO was, before the tournament even started, AGO was a favorite of mine to make the grand final.
And then it was a question of Tyloo, MVP,
or Vega.
Yeah.
I think that's a harder group to kind of differentiate.
Oh, for sure.
So definitely good work there from AGO today. It was 2 quick games for them. Obviously, I think they also won their other match in a very one-sided fashion. On this map, I think it was. No, was it this map that they?
It was against Boot.
Yeah, on this map as well, right? So
yeah, it might be. As I mentioned, my short-term memory is not very good.
Could have been Train, actually. Can't remember. It was a gray map. Anyway, AGO, as we look at the highlight reel here, never were really in any danger in this game. We're well out in front. I think they were up 10-2 at one point. They wound up winning the first half 11-4 when it was all said and done, and then didn't really have any trouble closing here in the second half. Just didn't see much out of like the normal guys from Spirit, like Coldy, Sundai Young, Davkos. They didn't have what it took against a team that quite literally all 5 players played a good game of Counter-Strike. Like, no one was really lacking for the AGO side.
Oh, that's an interesting spawn tactic.
I'm glad that this was part of the highlight reel.
Yeah, that was a very good highlight.
That was probably the best one, to be honest with you.
And that's saying something.
That was a big round. The Ferlin round where he snuck out. Yeah. That was like basically slamming the door in Spirit's face. Like, yep, we're locking this half up.
And this from Twile in the pistol round.
Yeah.
That last kill, not this one, but this one that comes now, 1 bullet straight to the face. That's like almost magnetic to the head.
Clotheslined.
Yeah. And what's the game? And Yeah, that's gonna be all for us today. We do have plenty of CS coming your way tomorrow, though.
Absolutely, got 3 best of 3s tomorrow. We got a couple of best of 3s taking place a couple of days after that.
3 best of 3s the day after that, and the final with 2 best of 3s. We have actually the.
We are done with the best of 1s. So we take a look at the brackets here. Here is MVPK's journey. To the top here, they beat Tyloo in the opening game, which was great for them because Tyloo was always kind of the thorn in their side in the Asian scene. It seemed like Tyloo was always getting the better of MVP, but MVP conquers that. They move on, and they beat Vega Squadron in the upper bracket final there. So you will see Tyloo taking on Scars Absolute, which certainly Tyloo's favored in that.
Oh, for sure.
But then the Vega versus Tyloo game is going to be a juicy one. I think that could go really either way. I think that just depends on who's in better form on the day. Take a look at the second bracket here. It's AGO. Making it through with ease against Boot Dreamscape with Spirit. Didn't even really get challenged today. Won both their games in a very one-sided fashion. Again, they were a favorite to take the whole tournament or at least make the final, and they're definitely off to the right foot doing that. So we're going to have Boot Dreamscape taking on Flash. Both teams are really struggling right now. Both teams don't even really have a solidified lineup right now, so I think that's going to be a really weird game. And then Spirit will certainly be the favorite against either one of those to still make it out of this group despite the huge loss to AGO, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, and that's the run-through of the groups we played today. We do have the CS continuing tomorrow, and that's going to be at the same time bright and early for the European guys. CET, that's going to be 6 a.m., so do set your alarms for the games, and then we're going to be running throughout the entire day for you guys wanting to follow back at home. But for me and Dustin and all the guys here at StarLadder, Ryan included, of course, the caster who was with us here earlier, I want to thank you for tuning in. Thanks to the sponsors as well. You can see them at the bottom of your screen, and we're going to see you tomorrow. Peace.
LootBet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
CSGO